everybody, and welcome to Michigan here for the Matt Bottles Graphics 160. Right now, the drivers are out qualifying. We did start a little bit late, so we do apologize for that. But I'm joined by Mr. Victor, aka Melling Cup 001. Melling, how are you doing this evening?
Very well indeed. Sucks that, there's an open spot here. I didn't want to leave you alone in the booth. So normally I'd be doing statistician stuff for the NRRA, or if I'm racing on a road course, that would be my secondary. But I do have experience in commenting, so I figured, why not? I might as well get everything done.
We thank you for joining us to this evening, if I can actually find my words. Anyways, like I said, we're here for the Matt Bottles Graphics 160 here at Michigan. Right now, we are in our second to last regular season race. So it'll be quite interesting to see what develops from this race. As
Yes,
Skyronic sets a second fastest lap of a 32.533.
Yep, so far we have 4 cars that have set lap times, and still a whole bunch more. Field cap should be 14 cars. Currently we're not meeting that quota, but who knows? Maybe a few more faces will show up.
Yep, and I just gotta say that Ion Tech International number 77, that Mason Tyler, aka Mason Tyler from Mason Tyler's Undisputed. Shameless plug. anyways. I just gotta say that scheme he's running looks absolutely amazing. It really does.
If anything Mason makes for whether himself, Swift Motorsports, or just anyone in general, he just cooks with them.
And if we have a look at our points, our race for the chase, do note that Skyronics, who currently has set the fastest lap, is suspended, as is the 25 of Overpaid. So we'll see.
That's incorrect. That's not Skyronics is suspended, but rather Lunar. He and Overpaid suspended for their over-aggressive actions from last week at Chicago.
Yep, thank you for that. Anyways, we have a look further down the field. Even X Flow, we haven't seen him in a while. He currently sits 14th. Not quite sure if we're going to see him today, but we'll see.
I feel like with these last 2 races, the drivers I'm looking at has to be like 12th on up, like Nortify, Dimitri. They could theoretically still win and obtain the last of the 2 wild cards. The 2 wild cards currently occupied by Axel Brady with his race win at Auto Club early this season, and Ray Wolf, who is the highest in points next. Now, I do want to know, back to Overpaid suspension, there is a good chance that he could fall outside the top 8 tier.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see him fall out of the top 8, especially with Ray Wolfo, if I can find my words. Oh my god. Especially with a Ray Wolfo or an Axel Brady looking to be aggressive today, just to try to secure their spot in the chase, get out of that wild card position.
And those are the 2 you gotta look at. They could point their way into the top 8. At least with Axel, he can fall back on his race win. But for Ray Wolf, this is the race he has to be circling.
Meanwhile, we look out at the 86, who sets their lap. 86, if I'm not mistaken, going slowest overall with a 33 flat.
Yeah, that had a great qualifying lap. And if we do happen to have Dean Keys tonight, he is going to be one of the drivers to unfortunately miss out.
Yeah, meanwhile, while we were covering the race standings, Mr. BRAD7, who had a pretty disappointing performance at Chicagoland, he's set the fastest lap so far.
And track position is very important. You don't get any bonus points for winning pole, but again, track position, you control the pace, and that's especially prevalent in the early portions.
Yeah, especially if you want to have a good start to try to gap the rest of the fields, like we saw with Mr. V Colby at Chicagoland or at Chicago rather. We have a look at the 45 of Victoria Gearing. She's another one of the competitors that wants to get past overpaid. Maybe even get past Ray Wolfo and Axel Brady there.
Yeah, she could have and should have won Indianapolis, but she unfortunately got a speeding penalty, which if she were to win that race, that would have gotten her the wild card spot. But currently she sits 11th in the points, 58 points behind eighth place in the points, but still pretty much possible to point her way in or just obtain a wild card.
Yeah, if you're Victoria Gearing, in my opinion, your strategy should be to try to be aggressive, but mix it with conservatism, especially in the first part of the race.
And she has been on a stride recently. That Indianapolis performance we did mention, but also Chicago. She miraculously qualified her way in and had a really good result on top of that, finishing within the top five, her first of the season.
Yeah, right now her outlap at 33.050, just 500s behind Perez. He goes fifth fastest with a 32.6. Well,
Just comfortably make it.
yep, just 500s behind Mirror Gamer rather, who has secured his way, or or who is currently seventh in the standings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, got his win at Indianapolis, so he can fall back on his wild card if needed. But he was also really strong at Chicago, finishing top three and felt like a top three car all day.
Uh, as we look at it, the 41 of who's that? Silent Volcano currently out on his lap. Going a bit high there. Not sure if that's going to be faster for him or not.
Well, they have all week to practice, and judging from the lines that these drivers are running, they could be a bit more of a speed boost going around the outside, sort of like the Daytona or Talladega qualifying. You want to
Ooh.
use your
Uh,
warm up lap
Silent
and your
Volcano
first lap,
going.
building as much momentum as possible, and execute on the second.
Silent Volcano going eighth fastest so far with a 32.7. He's on his second lap, so we'll see where that brings him to at the end of this one.
Right, he's running up bottom lane now, something we haven't seen much out of these drivers during qualifying.
Yep, so far, but right now, Silent Volcano, a little bit different. Goes sixth fastest with a 32.6. Just barely beating out. Just barely beating out the 45 of Vicky Gearing.
How about Lexus with his lap puts him into top five? Well, as soon as I say that, Matt Bartles actually promotes himself to the top five. The 71 Rainbow Team drivers, Matt Bartles, for his home race, opting to drive the car this week.
Yeah, Matt Bottles looking really fast in that number 71 Matt Bottles graphics racing Dodge. Did I say that wrong? Weirdly. Anyways, but we gotta keep an eye for next year with the Matt Bottles graphics racing truck series. I can get my series names right. There's
Yep,
sure to be some fast drivers in that series too.
mostly up to rookies, but the D1 drivers can push back. Unsure of how exactly that would go, but it should be the classic case of new drivers learning off the veterans, and especially with these new cars, you want to take every note possible, fill out that notebook.
Now, take notes from the or professionals. Absolutely. Meanwhile, number 82 Exalta machine of Ariel, currently on his outlap. That was his first lap. He sets a 31 or 33-1 rather, but still in the bottom of the field. So if everybody that qualifies after him finishes faster than him, he's definitely out of here.
Yeah, hasn't been able to qualify for a start this season. Has 2 DQs to his name, unfortunately. But assuming he can get a good lap and he should be able to make the field for once. And he does not improve on the second lap,
No
so
improvements. So he's
he's in the
probably
bubble.
gonna be in jeopardy at the moment. As we wait for our next driver, who do you think is gonna qualify pole between the three top qualifiers?
Well, their laps are already secured, so that's a question of a lifetime.
Yeah. All right. Currently, if nobody else qualifies, Mr. James underscore L48 picks up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his first career pole.
First this season, but he is one of the NRRA legends of all time. Pretty sure he's a champion. Might have to double check on that, but he hasn't been able to hit his strides with these new machines, but he certainly has found some speed here at the Irish Hills, qualifying pole temporarily.
That's gonna be his first pole of the season he picks up if he's able to keep it going. So what are your thoughts on that?
Like, James, I really feel bad for him for not getting the best amount of luck. He certainly is one of the elder statesmen of this league, and for him to hit a stride, we saw Mason Tyler, another one of the NRRA veterans, winning a race at Mexico City. Got Matt Barlows trying to do something. Mirror Gaming also really picking up the pace now. So with these older drivers having to go from tank chassis for the longest time to these, I wouldn't say the best machines to drive, but it's certainly a step up in terms of the necessary driving style and skills required. They have definitely transitioned one way or another. James, meanwhile, not necessarily the best, but again, he's hitting somewhere.
Yep, and James currently conversating with one of the other drivers. Currently conversating with Mr. Ray Wolfo. Maybe about the labs, maybe about strategy, who knows?
We have these two qualified in top 3. As I believe we're about done with qualifying. It looks like it's only going to be 13 drivers.
Yeah, and Ray Wolfo notably does not have a pole still. He has picked up 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s out of 8 starts. Only 1 DNQ.
And also got to pull up his suspension also, so that definitely hindered him in the points. Currently sitting 10th. He is the next highest driver in the points to hit the wild card, so he's got to once again capitalize on this race as Overpaid is not here. I don't believe Axel Brady is either.
I don't believe those two are here, but as everybody is kicked from the server and the server is shut down, we will be right back with C Media's coverage of the Matt Bottles Graphics 160 here at Michigan.
Can switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on your car insurance? How about we ask one of our D-free drivers?
Beard, I'm kind of racing right now, but Geico can save you guys 15% or more on your car insurance. What the f? And you guys are gonna need it a lot because it's D3. Why wouldn't you need it? How am I alive, dude?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
B. Colby is the man to beat this season.
V. Colby, he has been the dominant car all weekend.
But Daytona 500 champion Niall O'Hare, Diamond Beast Law, Mason Tyler, and the rest of the field are taking aim.
And coming to the checker flag, he is going to dominate here.
As we get deep into the NRRA season.
All eyes are on the 13.
Victoria Gearing gonna be ahead of the line.
They're side by side at the turn 3 and 4.
Oh, and he's out of fuel, but he's still gonna make it.
Super wide. Eagle Man's going to win the
wide.
This is the NRRA Cup Series, live every Thursday night, only on C Sport.
Is this the best NASCAR game on Roblox?
Chili's Dente is back for another ride. Faster, meaner, colder, faster. Presidente Margarita.
Welcome to Chili's. Let's ride the Dente. Again, te. Again, te. Again, te. Again, te. Again, te. I'm finishing up here. Just give me a second, all right? Can a guy film a cool car review?
Hi, I'm Peter. You know me from the movie Harold, Kumar, and Peter Go to White Castle. As you can see, I'm enjoying a White Castle burger. Why? Because I don't do drugs. Took me 5 minutes to get to White Castle. I didn't get diverted by all those crazy hijinks. Because I don't get high. It was a good movie, though. You know, Neil Patrick Harris got the job on How I Met Your Mother because of that movie. You know, I've only seen that show once, but I gotta tell you, what's really weird to me is why is the voice of the guy from the future Bob Saget? I mean, the guy on the show, he's already an adult, you know, so it's not like he's gonna grow into Bob Saget. Doesn't make sense. Thank you for your time.
When you work on cars as much as I do, you learn what matters most. And for me, that's trust. What sets Advance apart is the people. They don't just hand me parts. They help me get back on the road. They've always got the right parts at the right price, right when I need them. Whether you just need your battery tested or you've got years of experience, Advance Auto Parts is right around the corner and ready to help.
This is how we advance.
It's bow time.
Dude, we need gas.
Yo, we gotta get those Supremes.
We're not gonna make it.
It's bow time, baby.
So worth it, right?
I'm glad y'all ran out of gas.
Boldly seasoned chicken Supremes with a biscuit, fixin', and drink. It's bow time.
Can switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on your car insurance? How about we ask one of our D-free drivers?
This special C Sports presentation is brought to you by RowRacing.com. If you want to find a league, watch digital racing content, or buy racing accessories, visit them through the link in the description.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to C Media's coverage of the Matt Bottles Graphics 160 here at Michigan. Right now, I'm joined by Mr. Victor, aka Melon Cup 001, and our amazing C Sports owner, president, whatever title you want to give him. It's CHD commentary and the broadcasting. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Really excited for what's about to transpire here at the 2 Mile facility in the Irish Hills. 13 cars set to roll off here, and 90 laps away to see who is secured in the chase, who is in the bubble, and whose hopes of a championship will be tarnished.
I already know the guys I want to focus on. Two races before chase starts. Still a lot of chase spots to be taken.
86 being DSQ'd for whatever reason. Not sure if that's gonna stand or not, but right now we're gonna go ahead and get pacing. But for everybody at home, as the cars come around turn 4, they're going to dive into pit lane for a speed check.
Just a little bit of a miscue towards the back of the piece queue, but they're back rolling now. So, they'll check pace speed this time. It should be somewhere in the 60 mile per hour bracket. If not, then I don't know. I haven't actually tested it myself, but what we're looking forward to today is 90 laps, halfway break at the conclusion of lap 45, and we're due for at least one pit stop because we have these fuel scripts, no tire wear, but even amongst those strategies, overtime can still be in play.
I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm keeping an eye on that 45, the 41, and the 57. They're the ones below the cut line right now. They're gonna be fighting a lot, I presume. For every point they can possibly get. So.
And to point this out, no one in the field has a win except for Mr. Mason Tyler and Mirror. Mason Tyler of Mason Tyler's Undisputed. Anyways, focusing back on the fields, at 45 of Vicky Gearing, the 41 of Mirror, and Silent Volcano, rather, thank you. And the 7 of Northify, 57 of Northify, the ones we're going to be focusing on a whole lot today.
Yeah, for both the 41 and 57, they are in close proximity of getting into the chase for the globe, but they have to start from the rear, 13th and 14th. So it'll be no surprise that they start getting aggressive in these early laps.
Yep, and one guy that I'm focusing on.
I want to mention as well, the guy starting in third, Ray Wolfel. He is the last one right now. In terms of who's in the field right now, who has a chase spot. So he's gonna be fighting a lot as well. So if we see a battle between let's say Gearing, Ray, we'll see about that. But here we go. Impartial, take it away.
Into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. It's a clean restart. It's a clean start rather. James, your pole sitter, getting away fairly cleanly, but they're spinning. They managed to keep it going the right way, though. Here comes the 1 and the 96, both on the inside. They're already getting 3 wide here as the 96 takes the lead.
Well, that was before B-Rad in number 1 gave him a bumper down the back straightaway and into turn 3. He
Oh,
should
Matt Bottle's
be
getting
in the
loose.
opening lap as they nearly wrecked behind.
That's the 77 of Mason Tyler. He started 9th here. That's one of the guys I'm keeping my eyes on. As they race past our commentary booth, they managed to keep it in the right direction and clean so far. But the 86, 44, and 96. Getting real aggressive there.
And these showers are already pretty.
At the 45 of Vicky Gehring looking for a good result here just to get into the chase. If she doesn't finish good here, she's, in my opinion, she's cooked.
Well, the biggest loser out of the opening 2 laps, James Loomis, who started on pole position and is back down the pit lane actually, so something has gone wrong with that number 48.
Yep. In the chat, he's complaining that his car only tops out at 190 miles an hour. So we'll see what's going on with that.
For the lead is Ada Morza, number 11, passing 3 wide on the apron. He already has a win this season, but he wants to be comfortably within the top 8. Meanwhile, contact for second as Lexus in the number 96, trying to fend off B-Rad. But it's so far, at least between those two, is B-Rad 2-0.
Yep, and you should be keeping your eyes on the number 11 Celsius Ford, if I'm not mistaken. With Motorsports, rather. You should be keeping an eye on that Celsius number 11. He's going to try his hardest to get another win if he hasn't already gotten a win. But either way, he's gonna be trying his best to get into the chase here.
Just behind him, it was looking for second.
NRRA Gamer 15 currently in the lead as of right now.
It is Ray Wolfel, who has third momentarily, bounces off the wall, exit of turn 2, but should allow B-Rad to get back by him. 44 not handling too well, currently 4th, trying to learn the race car.
And a 1 losing P3 to the 44. We'll see if he can't try to get it back. He does look not able to get a move done before 1. He's currently looking now, almost sideswiping the 45 of Vicky Gehring from behind.
Yep, he himself under pressure from Gehring. All of that for a battle for 3rd as Ray Wolfel, number 44, goes outside, tries for 2nd, gets into the wall. B-Rad is back through. It is just trading for positions for the final podium place.
On the 45 or the 41 looking on the 45. Ooh, Ray Rolfo almost getting loose there.
Well, that advantage Mira had for the lead is basically gone to squander. Here comes Lexus.
Oh, they're spinning behind though. I believe that's the 77 of Mason Tyler.
And meanwhile, there was an exchange. 96 throws a block. He gets loose. These uneven bumpers. Pain detriment so far.
Let me ask you guys this. Who do you think is going to win this race?
Right now, it's too early to make that call. We've seen the 11 lead a good portion of the opening 10 laps, but I'm just more or less referencing the battle for 3rd we saw. It could be anyone's race.
Yep, and they're still battling. It's the 44, the 45, and the 1.
Ray gets clear for 3rd. Meanwhile, it's B-Rad trying to defend against Victoria for 4th.
Yep. Nikki Gearing looks low. I think she's gonna be. Yep, she's gonna be able to get the move done. Now looking on the 44 of Ray Wolfo.
And that 44 bouncing off the wall, just upset of the 45 century. She did get the position, but she could have gotten a much better run as she looks inside of her teammate for second.
Yep, and the one's gonna help the 45 out. Meanwhile, the 11's gonna do the same thing as the 44 and the 45, both looking on the 96 as well. You're gonna be seeing that a whole lot today, and the 45 is spun.
And she'll have to turn around just in front of the 41 of Matt Bartles. And that will trigger
caution
our
is
first
out.
caution. And there's still plenty of cars getting collected in the scramble as the leaders race back to the line. And with no pressure, it is Lexus winning the race.
Yep, unfortunate break for the 45 Comscope machine. We're trying to get things settled here back under the pace car. Everybody bumping everybody. But they managed to get it. They managed to back it all down. And they managed to do so fairly cleanly.
So a lot of spins have occurred within the first 12 laps. That's because of a new spin script that has been applied to these cars. There was going to be blowovers, but smartly they decided not to include that as we don't want to see someone hitting a home run.
Yep, and the 96 is going to be getting a verbal for not staying behind the green line.
As he and many others are going
North
to
of Fine caught speeding on pit road.
That would be Northify number 57.
Northify is gonna be sent to the back for the restart for that pit road speeding. Absolutely unfortunate for him. And
Yeah, he
look
already had
who's
to start last.
and look who's in the lead.
96 Lexus keeps it went off the pit lane. Ray Wolf up to second. The Silent Volcano third in that regard, but two cars up to stay out. B-Rad number 1 and 71 Matt Bottles.
Green this is gonna be green this time, as you see from our official. The one now starting to get past that green line, but he backs it down.
If the race leader has to stay behind that green line to not accidentally hit the pace car as it goes down the pit lane, or if it needs to abruptly slow up.
The one also going to be given a verbal for passing that green line. Pace car pulls into pit road. Everyone with the bump drive to the one before the green. Green flag back in the air. Pace car. These car drive through is outrageous. Anyways, getting back to the action, they're getting super aggressive. 4 wide, going into 1. That's not going to end well most times.
Nearly a move for the lead, but there is 3 wide for third. Here comes Lexus with a bump drive from Silent Volcano, looking for a move to the race lead. 21 is Skyrocks, meanwhile pushing the 41 up the track. So does Mason Tyler, and everyone is into the wall off of 4.
They managed to keep it clean, however. The 45 or the 77 rather, gonna have to settle for lower in the top 5. As it stands,
pack train central amongst the top 4.
As it stands right now, Lexus and that number 96 in the lead. There's a battle between the 45 and the 41 for second. In fourth, it's the 77 of Mason Tyler. At Bottles running fifth currently. That's your top five.
Yep, the 71, one of those who stayed out, ultimately paid the price for it. And so did the one of B-Rad. Blue Stop 2 is the 82 of Ariel. It's still 3 wide amongst the mid-pack. Meanwhile, Mason Tyler through the middle up to third between Rez and Victoria.
Yep, and that number 82 it did get a little bit loose on the bottom. He managed to save it, however. That's not really going to affect his race. Then aggressive with that Ruby Tuesday, number 21. Little bit of a spin. He saves it there. The 11 looking past the 45, able to get it done.
4 wide for 7's number 82, able to benefit. Gets clogged up by the 11 who bounced off the wall. But he should remain in 6th place. Still behind Ada Morse, who is trying to make a move for 5th.
And like we said earlier in the broadcast, you've got to be keeping your eye on Aiden Morris in that number 11 machine.
It gets a shot from behind from Skyronics.
So far, that 11's been keeping pace. We'll see if that continues.
Up the road, the battle for 2nd. Mason Tyler with a not so pretty start to the race, but he gets clear of Silent Volcano, bouncing off the wall too just a little bit, but will be able to maintain 2nd place.
So far, he is holding the 86 back. On lap 20, as it stands, it's Lexus, the 77 of Mason Tyler, Silent Volcano, Reslevin up to 3rd, Silent Volcano down to 4th, and Mirror Gamer 15, I believe he's down to 5th. This top 5 has been changing quite a lot throughout these past 20 or so laps.
And there is a spin from James Loomis coming down the D triumphal, but he keeps it going still within the lead draft.
Oh, good old bump and run from the 77 on the 86, getting him up to 2nd.
And this is just helping Lexus click down the laps. Currently lap 22. And Mason Tyler trying to follow in his footsteps, trying to break away. But currently his only opposition may be the 86, but Victoria Gearing, Silent Volcano, they have clawed their way back up to the 77's rear bumper.
Because the Devil, the 45, currently looking on the 86. They're going to battle it out. Here comes the 41, either to help or fend off the 45.
It looks to be friendly for now as the 45 gets a bump in the middle of turns 1 and 2, promotes herself to 3rd. Silent Volcano, meanwhile, ditches that friendship. He wants 3rd place for himself.
That's super aggressive from these two. We'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the remaining parts of this race.
Skyronics up to 5th. Haven't seen him a whole lot so far. And he's joined the battle for 2nd place now as Mason Tyler has just been making mistakes, getting too greedy on the exits of these corners. He has fallen back to the pack.
Heading off more than he can choose so far. Oh, the 41, a little bit of a love tap.
Well, block for the lead. Lexus just nearly able to fend off the lead against Mason Tyler, but may just been a warning shot for now.
That was a beautiful block from the 96 as well. You should be sure to expect that a little bit more as they get a little bit rowdy in the back.
And if you're Mason Tyler, you may want to go for the lead yourself, or you can get help from Silent Volcano. We've seen the amount of speed these cars have been gaining via working together. So suppose Mason Tyler just needs a few more friends to have the lead.
Yep, if I'm the 96 right now, I'm holding off that 77 Iotech International Ford racing machine as much as possible until at least the halfway point.
There was 3x4, the 86 of Res Levin able to benefit up to 4th place. Silent Volcano for 5th. Oh, and that was Matt Bartles, who was just behind those three, getting wrecked out of the turn 4. And he's likely going to lose a draft. He is one of those drivers who stayed out on that first caution period.
He was trying to pit, but he was, I believe, sideswiped by the guy in front of him.
B-Red, the other driver who stayed out in the pits this time. And now the 71 of Matt Bartles with a clean racetrack bogs it down to the given pit speed. So those two are going to be in the pit hole, I'll say, in this first half. You don't necessarily have any drafting partners, so you're just going to inevitably lose time.
And the 77, meanwhile, still looking on the 96, getting a little bit of a run there. Bottles is now going to go a lap down as the 96 passes him.
Well, that 71 must be... Well, he's out of fuel, looks like it. He's just closer to the pit entry. That's the dangers of running this long. But, as you mentioned, he was interviewed when he tried pitting, so that must have been his last chance to pit, and unideally, he ran out of fuel on pit road.
That Bottles is going, so I don't believe he did run out of fuel. I think it was something about a limiter. He was talking in the chat about needing a limiter for that.
New technologies in the NRRA, so she's got to work out the kinks. It's been roughly 15 races with these cars and plenty of testing sessions, so not everything is
Comes
totally
a 21 on the 77. 35 looking to help him.
That would be for second, meanwhile about for fourth, but the 86 gets behind the 45 once more. And here comes Gearing to help Skyronix, kind of a self-defeating purpose. You want to be pushing your team owner to keep second, but so far that's not the case.
Up in the 77, looking back to get into second. Here comes the 86. Meanwhile, a little bit of a bump to that Ruby Tuesday number 21 machine. But as it stands, it's going to be the same order. Going to be the 96, the 21, the 77 of Mason Tyler, the 11, and a battle for fifth between the 45, the 86, the 11, and the 41. We'll see how that develops.
Right now, it is still Lexus at the captain of this pack. It'll be the 21 Skyronix P2, Mason Tyler third, Victoria in fourth place, who gets a bump from Silent Volcano trying to take fourth place.
Somebody we didn't really talk about in the last parts of this race is B-Rad. He dropped from, I believe, the lead down to 13. He's now a lap down. Not quite sure what happened to that that car.
Remember, he stayed out during the caution period, and just a few laps ago, he pitted. Just one of those strategies that didn't work out for him.
77 looking for a bump and run, not gonna get it.
Not without contact, at least. It's spinning like a top.
I collect the 77.
Hard into the outside.
Caution's out with 12 to go. 12 to go in the stage. The 96 rather's lead has come down from 3/10. Pace car is on the back stretch.
Going to be an easy race back win for Lexus. It'll be Victoria up to second, and the 82 up to third place.
The pace car is on the backstretch to collect the 96 and neutralize rather the race. It's are going to be open in this lap. People are still going as Matt Bottles is going to get one of his laps back.
2 down. As of the caution period, B-Rad will also take his wave around, put him back on the lead lap.
What's your strategy if you're the 96 here?
Well, we had the caution earlier, lap 13, so I feel like this is a no-brainer decision to pit. And I don't think it works out because if you fill up here, you'll have less fuel to take during the inevitable halfway caution.
Everybody's coming into the pits. I believe Matt Bottles is going to find himself in the lead.
Or just trying to give another one of his laps back the hard way.
The 71 at Bottles graphics machine going to find himself in the lead.
Last splash and goes, that is Grey Wolf winning off the pit lane. Mirror, second place Lexus falls down to third in that order.
And the 71 running through the infield on 2, as is the 1. Not sure what's going on with those two.
They both take the wave run, therefore they have to drop to the back of the field.
Contacts. What?
So it's going to be Grey Wolf in the number 44 who is on the bubble to make the chase, leading us to green with 9 laps to go in this first half.
Yep, as you said, the green flag is going to fly this time by, so it's going to be 9 laps to go in stage 1. A little bit of a bump drought from the 11 before he backs off. As we get to this restart zone, I just have 2 things to say. Number 1, Red Bull gives you wings. Aimless plug, I don't care. Number 2, green flag back in the air. 44 looking to keep P1, but know that the 96 and the 11 have been fast all day. Having hard into the outside wall. Somebody's almost spinning there. We're gonna be able to save it.
Yeah. That was bumpers locking together, number 8, 11 rather, and 96 drifting up the track through turn 1, giving the 44 clear distance.
And the number 1 machine is around.
And it's just bad day gone for worse, unfortunately.
He's gonna lose a whole bunch of positions there. 57 also slightly around on that, but I believe he manages to save it.
Oh, that was Mason Tyler in the back gaining some airtime.
Yeah, but so far, Mason Tyler has kept it kind of clean. E-Rad telling Northify that was bad clearance. As it stands right now, the 44 still in the lead over the 11, and the 45 who's found herself back up into third.
Mason Tyler, you like to see those Swift Motorsports machine in the top 3, Lexus and the number 96 Toyota in 4th. Meanwhile, there's 3 wide for 5th. Mason Tyler, that team boss, trying to work inside of the 82, who has his hands full with James Lewis in number 48.
5th rather. Now this turns to a 2-way battle for 6th, which is going to be won by Mason Tyler, who looks to the inside of the 48. Not quite able to find it on him.
Side by side for the lead, the number 44 was caught slipping. Here comes Adam Morse.
Now Aiden Moore's kind of caught slipping as Vicky Gearing finds herself in the lead temporarily.
Call it this Swift Motorsports Great Wall, if you will. Number 44 able to get clear to defend his lead. but Lexus looks to get clear for third and 1 second from Victoria.
Yep, and the 96 currently looking on the 45. We'll see who comes out on top of this battle. Looks like it's gonna be the 45 of Victoria Gearing, who starts to look to the inside of the 44. She finds herself into the lead.
More or less mentally the worst case scenario for the 96's Lexus, as all 4 of the Swift Motorsports machines have found their way to the top 5.
96 looking on the 45. Are they gonna bump and run, able to make that move happen? Here comes the 45 on the backstretch.
Not the cleanest way to make a move, and Victoria likely gonna send a message back. She gets to the rear bumper, but so far hasn't been able to move the 96 out of the way. Aiden Morse tried to find space on the outside, didn't get the speed off, as he'll find himself in the sucker hole, revive for third.
45 still trying to send a message to the 96. Hey, I didn't appreciate that message. But here comes the 48 looking to the outside.
Had a terrible start to this race, had to go down the pit lane on lap 3. He won pole award, and he wants this halfway win.
Here comes the 44 making it past the 45.
Oh, and that's Aiden Morse in number 11 going for a spin, trying to save it, but he's going to be at the caboose of this train.
After such a good race, just hate to see that for the 11.
It is 2 to go. Here comes Ray Wolf on the outside of Lexus. And just behind them, battle for third momentarily as James Loomis lets the 45 go.
Here comes the 45 on the inside of the 44. Down to the line. 1 lap to go in the stage. Here comes the 45. Here comes the 48 rather. Looking on the 44. 77 are going to make it past both of them. Looking.
Yeah, Victoria didn't get a good entry into turn 1. She clipped the apron.
Here comes Mason Tyler.
Here comes Mason. Go high, fake low, and now he's in the lead. One more chance. Here comes James Loomis. He gets into the wall. Silent Volcano, rather, out of nowhere, wins the halfway.
Such a good performance from the 96 as they're still wrecking behind.
But the 41 had no right to be up here, but he just quietly worked his way up, and he's going to have the best track position into the pit road. But first, we're going to take our 10-minute halfway break.
All right, as we get to it here, we're gonna be getting some interviews in as well. Starting off with your third place sitter right now, Mr. Mason Tyler from Mason Tyler's Undisputed. Mason Tyler, such an honor.
Oh, it's always an honor to be up here with some of my favorite people. Yeah, what do you guys need to know? It's been an exciting one out there.
It sure has. It sure has.
And
as
whoever now.
whoever put Mason Tyler down is so bad. Anyways,
you're next.
He's the greatest.
Bye. He's gone now. We will not speak about why Matt Bottles was on my account.
And we're on. To the questions, Mr. Mason Tyler, you're currently sitting third. A little bit of a few incidents did get some airtime earlier in the race.
Oh, you know, we threw it all we had. We had a great push, but just to have a stable exit was just hard because we had gotten loose entering turn 3, coming to the half. Honestly, the first 20 laps were terrible, but outside of that, I mean, we've improved big time. I think, I mean, You know, Lexus is listening to this probably.
I need
he's
to
been
interrupt momentarily.
Yeah.
Yep, he's
okay.
not going to interrupt this.
Dude, wait, did you
I'll
boot
let him interrupt our moment.
Okay. Well, anyway, no, me and Lexus have been racing up front most of the race.
Ray, if you ever call me that word again, I'm gonna skin you alive.
What?
Okay. So anyway,
Alright, we're getting too
this is the longest
distracted.
interview ever without me talking. But yeah, no, me and Lexus have been battling up front. He's been fun to drive around. Hard to pass. His defense is really annoying, but you know that's how defense is. Silent getting in there on the N2, that was kind of cool. I did race Silent a little rough in those last couple of laps, so I apologize for that. But no, this 77 is a lot faster than what it showed in qualifying, so I'm looking forward to the second half of this race.
As you mentioned, you qualified 9th to start the race. How do you think you're gonna try to strategize a way up to the top 3? Maybe even further up the top 3, and maybe even a win here.
You can only get a couple spots better than third, so I mean it's either second or first. And let me tell you, I'm not a big strategy guy, so we're just gonna go out there and do our thing.
All right, you heard it here first from Mr. Mason Tyler from Mason Tyler's Undisputed. Mason Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. Next up, we've got Mr. Silent Volcano. Ian, you wanna take over here? All right, Silent, you managed to sneak your way up into first position, getting that halfway win. What's your strategy going forward?
The strategy is just to try to make smart moves.
Yep, and the two guys behind you did get a little bit aggressive at the end. How do you think you're going to try to keep them behind you as we move forward in this race?
Well, it's mainly defense on this track. Just protect the bottom, protect the draft, stay in the draft, stay on the bottom, and that's the plan.
All right, we're making this real quick, so we thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Silent Volcano.
Yep.
Your current halfway winner. And next up, we've got the guy who finished second. He led most of stage 1. It's Lexus. Lexus, how's it going?
If he's even alive.
Oh, sorry, I'm awful. I thought I was okay. Yeah, sorry. It's going a lot better than I thought it would. Way better, honestly. I knew in practice that I had a lot of speed, but I didn't actually think it would be race leader speed. But so far I'm really impressed with what I've got so far.
You and Mason Tyler getting into it throughout the latter part of the stage. How do you think you're gonna try to keep that number 77 machine behind you?
Well, I now I know exactly what my weak spot is, and so next time I'll make sure, to not have that happen again. That's all I can say. But yeah, those Fords are definitely the fastest. But I think the good news is I'm very good on both offense and defense. I got a little bit too over aggressive to Victoria. I was just trying to move her off at the bottom, but I just sent it into her. So that was a mistake on my part, and so I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But now I know exactly how to pass and defend. So if I'm anywhere near that top 3, and especially in the lead within 10 laps to go, I feel like I've got in a really, really good shot. I really want to win. In fact, I really need to win because Red says he's not going to make me a new car unless if I win. So I'm going to have to drive a little bit more aggressive than I want to if I want a new car. Let's just say I want to put on a show, and so far I'm putting on a show. Let's get it.
All right, and thank you for your time. Next up, we're gonna get Mr. Matt Bottles up here. Matt, you've been waiting a little bit in the audience there. How How's your race going so far?
I mean, it was going good until I had to pit on green flag, and the 44, I guess, didn't have their chat open and didn't let me pit. So I had to run out on track and go 2 down.
A quick question for you. Quick $1 million question for you. Does Red Bull give you... I have a quick $1 million question for you. Does Red Bull give you wings?
That's what they say. Well, I don't know. I'm not a Red Bull drinker myself.
Anyways. All right. Oh. Got about 30 seconds left here. So I think we have time for one more interview. If not, that's going to be the last one. So, Mr. Matt Bottles, thank you for your time. All right. And we'll be right back with coverage. Oh. Jokes. Insert totally funny jokes here. I'm messing with you, Gene. All right, and we are going to be going back pacing here in a second. At the moment, the field is just arranging themselves in their finishing order from stage 1. But as we do get ourselves settled, who do we think is gonna take stage 2? Maybe even take the race. Okay, who do we think is gonna take the race based off of what we've seen so far?
I feel like well,
We are back pacing, and the pits are open this time, so anybody who needs to pit is going to be allowed to pit. The 76 will also be will be TTB, which is to the back. And apparently mirror as well. So, Melling, if you're just getting started with stage 2, last stage of the race, and the pit's open, do you pit or do you try to stay out and gain some positions?
no questions asked. You gotta pit, because any lap you try staying out under caution will just mean less fuel mileage during green flag conditions.
Yeah, and they're getting real aggressive in the pit lane. We'll see if any penalties are dished out.
And that is nearly a roadblock between the 82 and 21 cars, but it should be the 96 of Lexus who wins off the pit lane, Mason Tyler second, and Ray Wolfel in third.
Ray Wolfel, or rather, the 82 and the 21 of Skyronics are being sent to the back. 82 of Ariel and the 21 of Skyronics to the back again.
And there were the 2 cars that were whether intentionally or unintentionally beefing in the pit lane, nearly causing a roadblocker, so understandably so. They're gonna join the 71 in the back.
And the green flag will drop this time. So as we get started, Mason Tyler is gonna be looking to get past that 96 machine. He's going to have to do everything in his power to do so if he wants any chance of getting into the lead. He's already moved up from 3rd to 2nd. Ace Cars in this lap dives into the pit lane. 96 controlling the field to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Michigan. Oh, they're already
single file for now, but B-Rad is the first to pounce. He's going to try for 3rd on the outside of number 44, still side by side, but he's likely going to get the speed off the corner. Not necessarily, but he has James Loomis to assist.
Here comes the 1 looking on the 77, though. A little bit of contact with the wall. Same thing with the 48. He managed to keep it going the right way.
Just these bumpers not lined up smoothly, so if you do push, you gotta be really careful with them.
In the 96 trying a new line, he did mention in his interview that he knew his weaknesses, so now he can perform.
And I feel like he is the driver I'm picking to win this race. If
Oh, in the back, Bottom's gonna spin again. So unfortunate from him, especially after having such a good start to the race.
If he's just not doing that 71 car any favors, unfortunately.
Oh, absolutely not. Got more guys in the wall. They're gonna keep it going the right way.
Now we James Loomis losing spots.
Look who's all the way up into sixth rather, looking for fifth. It's gonna be the 21. If you remember correctly.
He's gonna get tapped by Rez. Those two keep it, save it, but the 45 does not. And also splitting is Nortify.
Caution has not been thrown yet. We'll see if it's thrown.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Caution is out.
82 also got spun, so understandably so. Multiple cars spinning around from the front straightaway into turn 1. It is raced back to the line. This is the closest anyone has been to the 96, at least leading at the caution, but the result remains the same.
96 gonna hold the lead. 77 gonna hold second after getting up into second from that pit stop. Be interesting to see what the 77 can do with this restart. It's are gonna be open this time.
And this will be caution number 4 of the day, the third for an incident.
If you're the 21, what is your strategy to try to get further up in the top 5 and start to fight for that win?
I feel like if everyone's going to come down the pit lane, it all comes down to execution. Whatever number you're trying to hit, which I presume for most of these drivers, is just fill it to the brim. You gotta get that launch out of exit.
And the 77 of Mason Tyler and the number 11 of Aiden Morris both staying out.
2 race winners this season. Everyone else who has gone down the pit lane yet to win.
Full throttle machine of Mason Tyler in the lead as it stands.
And that was beautiful execution from the 21. As I mentioned, he wins off the pit lane over Lexus and Silent Volcano.
21 gonna find himself in third as we get to the restart. Gonna be interesting to see how he handles the restart and if he gets a good launch to get past the 11 or even the 77. We'll see.
Pick your partners.
Out picking your partners wisely.
You either stay with the Swift Motorsports cars who are staying out to inherit the top 2, or look behind you. You got Lexus and Silent Volcano on the same strategy.
Green flag out this time. 77's gonna lead them to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. 11, the 21, the 96, and the 41 all bump drafting. So far it stays pretty clean. As I speak, the 45 into the wall.
You're not allowed to peek out line until the start-finish line for the NRRA. The top 3 remain the same. Meanwhile, Silent Volcano on the outside moves up to 4s, trying to get his nose underneath. He nearly will. Challenge for third.
41 still looking for third, as you mentioned. He's gonna help the 11 try to catch up to Mason.
And Mason slams the door on Aiden Morris.
Aiden Morris having the door slammed square in his face.
And now he's under pressure from Silent Volcano, while he's under pressure from Lexus, nearly 3 wide, but they single file out.
96 looking again. Looks like he's going to get it done to start with. He gets it done on the 41, looking now on the 11 and the 77.
What a boost on the apron.
What a way to get back to the lead for the 96.
And he's not going down without a fight. Has been the dominant driver today, having to fend off Mason, Tyler, Eden Morris, and now Silent Volcano. I want to say those Swift Motorsports machines have been really cooperative with each other. There were instances of them battling amongst each other, but when they have a common enemy, they are willing to sack him.
The 11's starting to get into the 41 side there. 82 does the same to the 11.
And Ray Wolfel with a push to his teammate. We're trying to work the outside.
So far, it's been pretty clean. I'm not going to lie. But it's the 96 of Lexus and J 2018. Currently your race leader.
Mason under pressure, just parking the bus, if you will, on Silent Volcano. That allows Mira to get on the outside. He bounces off the wall, and there goes 2 cars spinning. The 44 and the 82. Will they keep it straight? No, they collect Mason Tyler. Huge drag at turn 3.
Caution is out. Again. 5th one of the session. 77 gonna collect the 45 as well. He was looking to make her way past cleanly, not going to be able to do so. Unfortunate break for the 77.
Well, as the field behind Lexus implodes, it allows Silent Volcano to 2nd and Matt Bottles to 3rd.
Pits are open this time, and the pace car's gonna catch the fields. At least try to. Very interesting race this. 32 laps to go. We've had 5 cautions throughout 2 stages. Right now, it looks like everybody's gonna come down pit road. 71, Matt Bottles is going to stay out. So is the 48. Northify and Tank, both caught speeding on pit road. Both will be sent to the back.
So Go Slow Racing trying something different, opting to stay out this caution period. For Matt, he already knows the risk. He stayed out during the first caution, and they wrecked in the pit lane.
Unfortunate break for those guys. As we've said, the 4 and the 57 both getting TTBs.
And meanwhile, Silent wins off the pit lane.
Looks like they were going to wreck between the 1 and the 4. Surprisingly, they kept it clean. Green flag gonna be thrown this time. The race has been a scripting mess, according to our NRRA chairperson, Mr. Cobalt.
Yeah, again, with these new cars, you got so many bugs to fix, so many unknowns with this behind-the-scenes stuff. We had multiple drivers reporting limiter issues, and now there's a limiter down the back straightaway if the drivers needed to fix their speed to not get themselves an unfair advantage, or in some cases, a disadvantage.
And unlike previous races, I don't believe anybody has complained about lag, which is a first here. Meanwhile, pace car down pit road, 71 from the 48, gonna lead them to the green flag. Green flag back in the air. A little bit of a bump drive from the 48 on the 71, but they keep it single file for the most part.
MBG sponsored events with a MBG sponsored race car leading us through turns 1 and 2, while there are nearly 3 wide for 2nd. Lexus gets clear, is ready to pounce on the old veteran of the league.
They're 3 wide a couple rows back. Look, the 41 looking on the 82.
And that lead did not last long.
But that the 41 was behind, I believe it was indeed the 82. Or rather, the 48 was behind the 82.
And it's just sandwiching each other out of 2, 48 and 45. Loose on the apron, gets their cars corrected. Still going to be 4 wide for, I believe, but be 7th place. Here comes Mason.
77 going to make it 5 wide. Oh my God. What kind of 5 wide shenanigans are we getting at?
Oh, and there was contact for second. It was the 86 and 21. Skyronic's number 21 gained the worst of it. The 86, meanwhile, remains second.
The shenanigans here at Michigan has been outrageous, to point that out. But on lap 63 with 28 laps to go, it's Lexus leading Res 11, a guy we haven't talked about that much. Oh, massive flip. Somebody behind.
I saw someone walking on the track. That definitely is a caution.
Caution is out. I believe. Yep. The confirmation has been given that there are exploiters in the server.
And they have been banned. Second time this season, we've had an exploiter hit the racetrack. The first one being at Nashville.
Oh. Just adding and fueling the fire, if you will.
Oh, hey, just checking. Tyrese wasn't one of you guys, right?
That is not that. I don't believe was one of us.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I just banned the dude. So.
Okay. But the green flag is gonna fly again this lap. The pits are not open.
Or you can lie.
And the pits are open, rather. Cobalt just confirming that in the chat. We'll see who takes advantage. Looks like most of the field is going to do so. One of B-Rad stays out, as does the 11 of Aiden Morse.
Yeah, it's really close to the field window, as leads from what I could refer up to 71 and one car.
Oh, the 20, the 82 and the 86 crash. 86 collects the 21. I just pointed that out.
Well. Oh. So I think Skyrock
77 and the
come
4
back in.
getting a little bit of contact, as does the 4 with the 71. Chaotic pit stop this. Meanwhile, green flag is going to be thrown this time. Look who's in the lead after being lapped because of it. It's the one of B-Rad 7. Coming to 25 laps to go. B-Rad leads from Ray Wolfo, or Reslevin rather, leads from Ray Wolfo as it says, but that's definitely going to be updated.
It'll be B-Rad, Mirror, and Skyronix, your top 3. The 21 did try to pit, but I believe he got bumped out of his pit stall, so effectively he's on the same strategy as the 11 and 1 cars.
Yep, and the pace car diving to the left onto pit road. The one leading them to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. What a jump. What a jump from the one. It almost makes you think he did jump the start. Meanwhile, pretty clean so far.
You want a big advantage. Just get out of the minefield that is just battling each other for second.
The one has surprised all of us here today, getting back up into the lead. That's his second time so far in the lead this race. Here comes the 11, slightly looking, not gonna move this time. And he's
six. The 96 will. He's gonna try for third.
A little bit of a bump with the wall for the 44.
Maybe 4. Big contact. Mirror gets the burst of it, and still 3 wide. The 96 not clear of bottles. Here comes Skyronix.
The 21 rather gonna get some help from the 44, who's then gonna look down the inside. They're 4 wide further back and in the second row before moving back to 3 wide.
And all
You've
this
had leads
trading
from
for
Skyronics.
yeah, all this trading for second is just allowing the number 1 to pull away.
Are we gonna finally see a win from B-Red?
If he executes his pit stop, maybe.
If he executes this perfectly, he's gonna pick up his first his first win of the season. But with 22 to go, only time will tell.
Yeah, B-Red looked very strong in the testing sessions and during the preseason Thunder, but hasn't necessarily gotten the ideal results to show for it. And as you said, he's looking for his first win this season.
Yep, he's had 8 top 10s, only 3 top 5s, but no wins, no poles out of 10 starts. That field is just... The rest of the guys are just fighting for second at this point. So far, beautiful strategy from the 1.
Very minimal. We got teammates working together. Second, third for Team Blitz. 96 of Lexus and 86 of Res 11.
Yeah, but so far it's the 1. Oh my god, that strategy. Amazing move on his part.
On one hand, yes, he does have the track position, but in the event everyone is due for pit stops, he's going to be in a big detriment. As soon as I say that, he slowed up big time through turn 2.
Who is high into the wall. No, that's the 82 that's into the wall, rather. Look at the gap between the 96 and the 1. That gap has decreased a good amount.
Yeah, something happened to B-Red exit turn 2 this prior lap, and now he's just wall riding, cutting the time down even further to now just a stack for the number 1, the Torqueless machine. Welcome Team Blitz to the lead.
B-Rad into the wall. He loses the lead. Now it's going to be the 96 and the 86 battling a little bit.
If they worked around the 1, they're 1-2.
Two teammates have to execute this flawlessly in order to get... Is that Swift Motorsports?
Mason Tyler, yes.
The 86 and the 96 teammates. But in order for them to achieve a 1-2 for their team, they're going to have to work hard to execute perfectly.
And yeah, we know that the 96 is able to fend off the lead for a good portion. That's so much 86. He hasn't touched the lead. This is the best he's come close to leading a lap here.
And if he wants any chance of helping his team out, if I'm the 86, I'm helping my teammate out. I'm making sure my teammate has the lead going into the...
And right now, both of them actually are within the 9th to 20th place bracket in the point standing. So if either one of them win, they will obtain one of those 2 wildcard spots we talked about during pre-race.
And just a reminder, it's... What? In a day. You're getting everything, apparently. It's... Oh my god. We're not even going to get to that anyways. Here comes the 41 looking on the 86. Meanwhile...
We're trying to break apart the Team Blitz duo. He gets into the wall. Allows Mason Tyler to have a peek inside, but the 41 will remain 3rd place. He's going to have to take a little bit to get back to speed, or he can just do it right now.
With a run. Looks to the inside. He's going to get squirmy.
trying to force Rez up the hill, and he will be able to do so side by side across the line. The 86 still scored second place, but the 41 has the preferred line.
The 41 battling hard to break up this 1-2 from the two teammates. Right now, he's not going to be able to do so, as here comes the 77. 86 doing an amazing job of keeping the 41 McDonald's machine behind.
Volcano's going to get into the wall, allows Swift Motorsports cars of Mason Tyler and Victoria Gearing to go up to third and fourth.
86, like I said, doing a beautiful job of keeping the guys and Vicky Gearing behind.
And right now, at least with these top fours, an even playing field. Team Blitz versus Swift. Two cars right now, but assuming Ada Morris and Ray Wolf rather get up here, which they're looking to do so quite shortly.
With a good run on the 77, getting past him. 45 now going to be looking to break up that 1-2. All to go here.
And time is running out. Here comes Mason.
Oh, the 11 into the 41 out of, I believe that was 3.
And that will be for 5th place.
77 looking to the inside of the 45, not going to be able to make the move happen with help from the 11. With Vicky Gearing rather having help from the 11.
If you're Mason as a team owner, what do you do here? It's a double-edged sword. Yes, you want to win another race to help your chase seating, or do you want to help your driver get into the chase as she is looking outside of the bubble?
Yep, if I'm the 77, I want to try to prevent the 45 from getting into the chase. So I'm doing anything I can to get past the 45. But that's not going to be happening as the 45 is looking to the inside to break up this 1-2. With help from the 77 from behind, Vicky's going to find her way into second place. Tyler looking for third.
Yep, the Team Blitz defense has been broken up by the Swift Motorsports crew. We've got one more car up the road, and that is for the win. Lexus currently breaking away from the battle for second.
The 86 has dropped to 5th at the moment. Looking to defend from the 21. He goes deep into the infield. On the back stretch, he's going to lose even more time.
Yeah, once they moved the 86 out of the way, he was just left vulnerable to the Wolves.
And 96 is right now a sitting duck as they drive past our commentary booth again. 8 laps to go, and you're the 96. What's your strategy to try and keep the lead?
Well, Yep, during that red flag, he mentioned how he figured out his weakness. I wonder if that weakness was defense.
A second separates the 45 of Vicky Gearing from the 96 of Lexus.
And all Lexus can do right now is just perfect each corner, get as quick as lap times as he possibly can. Any time he could gain, it is less time for Victoria, or should I say Mason now, who moves on to second, in order for them to catch up.
The 45 losing a lot of time. She's going to find herself back in 4th, settling behind the 11 of Ada Morse. But the 77 looking to catch up to the Lexus in that 96 machine.
And coming to 5 to go. Overtime is still possible. So this may not be the final stretch to the checkered flag.
If everybody's single file, though, I doubt it's gonna come down to overtime. Unless somebody does something really stupid.
Yeah, just a matter of fuel also. They pitted back at 26 to go, and we're about to hit 20 laps since then, so I wonder, do they have enough fuel to make it?
They're still getting a little bit aggressive in the back. 3 wide, meanwhile, for third. 41's gonna back off before coming back into the fight again.
Victoria trying to get to third, just ahead of Aiden Morrison. She will. And she's going to get pushed from him, trying to get by team boss Mason Tyler.
A little bit of a bump and run from the 45. She's going to find herself back into second, looking to catch the 96 again. Mason Tyler looking to send a message to the 45, telling her, hey, I didn't like that.
We appreciate the battles for a second, but the ultimate prize is just up the road and not much time left.
Not much time left as we come to 3 to go. Somebody in the back is a little bit squirmy. They're going to keep it going. But our focus right now is in this battle between the 45, the 77, and the 96. $1,500s behind is the 45.
I feel like she's gonna need the push from Mason.
Mason Tyler doing everything in his power to get past his teammate. But here comes the 45. Creeping up on the 96. If I'm the 96, I'm definitely hearing that Jaws music.
Just as close as the 45 has been. Both of them did. It's just a matter of if Victoria is willing to send it. She robbed herself of the win at Indianapolis, but it looks like she might get a run, but not so much.
It's not going to be enough. They come to the restart zone. The 96 going to win the Matt Bottles Graphics 160. Just 2/10 between the 96 and the 45. It's still an impressive result from her. 96 definitely going to be happy with that result.
Lexus Ajay, you're a winner here at the Irish Hills.
The first win of the season for the 96, and he will acquire the second wild card.
That's a result he needed, I would say.
Yeah, he was deep in the points hit again, so this win definitely helps him.
Yep, there it is, the 96. Gonna win the race. Looking to burn it down. His teammate gonna come celebrate with him. That 86 was a big part of a big reason why the 96 won today.
I love that team play. I figured it was going to be a Swift car winning, but nope, Team Blitz. With their dominant driver of the day catches their checker flag, and they'll rocket their way into the chase.
It's looking to start burning it down here in a second.
Perhaps one of those Polish victory laps.
He's gonna be able to do so here once he gets back to the start-finish line. Also needs to get his picture taken in victory lane, so we're also looking forward to that. But what an impressive result from the Swift Motorsports team. Second and third on the day.
Yep. They cooperated pretty well, but unfortunately, when the chips are down, it was every man and girl for themselves.
'96 now gonna burn it down. This victory being sponsored by C Sport. This burnout, rather, being sponsored by C Sports. The best television for the best viewers. You're welcome. The 96 gonna take it here. We're waiting for him and the two behind him to get into VC. Get into the stage, rather. We have the 45 and Mason Tyler with us. Not just waiting on the 96.
Well, he's gonna cherish this victory.
'96
very quiet for Lexus.
96 definitely going to enjoy that as he tries getting himself onto victory lane. Doing his best to nurse that car to victory lane, it seems like. But as he gets onto victory lane, it's going to be the 96 of Lexus at J 2018. Lexus picking up his second, well, rather his first career win. Not career, season win.
Could be either or.
And everybody, we got the 77, we got the 45, got the 1 and the 57 all in this stage. As is the 96, who we're going to start our interview with. Lexus, congratulations, first of all. You've achieved something great here today.
Bro, I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, like, I didn't even think, I'm going to be fairly honest, I didn't think I was going to win another race in anything, you know, but wow, this is just, I'm speechless right now. I've got to thank Rez, you know, for giving me this opportunity to drive this 96. You know, I owed Rez for you know not being able to show up as much back in NASCAR, and so this one really is sort of like a makeup for, you know, sort of kind of you know, screwing him over all those years ago. And so, you know, I'm just really happy, you know, to pay back my debt. But overall, this is just incredible. I want to thank him. I want to thank you know, all the guys so far, you know, like Mason, Dylan, you know, all my team owners in NRRA. And, you know, I just want to give a shout out to pretty much everyone in the field: Silent Volcano, Victoria, Mirror, Ray, pretty much everyone in the field, you know, raced really well. I had lots of fun racing each and every single one of you guys, but this is just so crazy, Gene, bro. Like, this is a moment, man. I was not expecting this.
As you mentioned,
I really wasn't.
Got it. Congrats,
wow.
First of all. And as you mentioned in your post stage 1 interview, you found your weakness. You identified it. You identified your weakness, and you definitely did improve on that. What just walk us through that. Just walk us through what you needed to do.
Really, it was sort of making sure to protect the bottom. And actually, if you saw and if you watched the entire race, you probably notice I would go to the back, go all the way to the white line on the backstretch and then go up. That wasn't me breaking the drag. That was actually sort of making sure that if a guy got a run on me, they would be forced to essentially either push me into the corner, in which case I would have just brake checked them, and, just kept the lead, or pass me on the outside, which, was something that, was very hard to do all day. That was one of the things that I forgot to do on that last lap when Mason Tyler got to my inside. And so I wanted to make sure that would not happen again. And, this was crazy, man. This entire race was crazy. Mixing up with the Swift cars. Those guys are always really fun to race around. Probably Mason's probably would have loved it if I was in that 88 car still, but I guess I'm his sort of teammate, in spirit, I guess. But yeah, it really was just making sure to have a good defense all day long, especially near the last 10 laps, because I knew that the Swift cars and Silent Volcano were going to try to work together to sort of like bump draft and get to me. And so I just wanted to make sure that even if they were to get to me, the goal really when you're doing defense, especially in these cars, is to, especially just in racing in general, is to give your opponent not too many options. You really want them to get them to a point where, you basically dictate what their decision is going to be. And so that's what I wanted to make sure that I did all day. But overall, we gonna be celebrating all night long, my guy.
Yep, and the 86 was a big part of the reason for your victory here in Michigan.
Yeah, bro. Rez is a teammate. I've been racing with this guy for almost 7 years now. We've been teammates before, and so we always were. So I always knew that we were going to be able to work together really well. So I just want to thank him, especially for the early part of that final run, because I think that if I didn't have him, it would have pretty much been me versus the Swift cars a lot earlier.
All right, thank you for your time.
Lexus, I am so freaking proud of you right now, man. I can't believe we actually did it. Holy fucking shit, let's go!
Yo, let's go.
Congratulations to number 96, Lexus Ad J, and his teammate. Next up, we're gonna bring your second place finisher. It was a close one between this person and the 96, but in the end, this person finished just shy. It's the 45 of Vicky Gearing. Vicky,
Good?
what's up? You've been pretty fast this whole race. Just not quite able to finish it today. Finishing in second. Just walk us through those final few laps between you and the 96.
I mean, I was kind of getting help from my teammates, and then I don't know what happened with the 41, but there were some pretty bad shoves at some points. I don't know what was going on. I mean, I also got shoved pretty bad, and I got put in front of Mason doing that. So, I mean, I don't know. I had a very up and down day. The first half didn't go as much, it didn't go as good as I wanted it to. I got turned and pretty much got in the back all day, and then made my way up to the front, and it just wasn't enough. So
A tough result, especially with those early race wrecks. Just walk us through your mentality when you were at the back, trying to get back up into the front.
I mean, it was just a matter of hitting my marks and trying to race everybody clean because I didn't really want to make any enemies. I mean, I tried to race everybody clean, but it was like you have to send or be sent. That's how it was today. Congratulations to Lexus. I mean, If there was another lap, I mean, we could have been side by side. You never know, but it is what it is.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, still a really good points day for you. You really needed it, considering where you were on the point standings before this. So, one race to go now before a chase. How confident are you to make the chase?
I mean, I got some pretty decent speed recently. I mean, I was pretty slow at the start of the season. I've missed races. I've been pretty much at the back most of the time. So I feel like I figured them out a little bit, and Indy was just really unfortunate. I mean, I did brake and it just slid and went 20 over, so I had to kind of rebound from that.
Well, there's still a chance for you. As the points have been updated, you sit 18 points behind Overpaid, who holds the final points position, but the 2 wildcards pretty much locked up. Do you have any speed for next Thursday at Echo Park?
I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell.
Now, and final question for you. With today's results, as it said in the race announcements channel in the NRRA Discord server, with today's results, B-Red, Lunar, Skyronics, Mirror Gamer 15, Overpaid, and the number 10 of Axel Brady 10 have clinched taste spots. What's your strategy for trying to hopefully get Axel Brady out of the chase? Hopefully insert yourself there.
I mean, we just gotta work with my teammates. That's all I can really do, and hope and pray for the best.
All right. Thank you for your time, Victoria Gearing. Next up, we're going to go to my favorite person, personally, Mr. Mason Tyler from Mason Tyler's Undisputed. It was Mason. It was Mason. Mason Tyler, welcome back to the broadcast booth.
Good to be back, as always. Ready for the questions whenever. Fire them off.
All right. First question for you. Does Rebel give you wings?
No, I'm more. All right, I'm more of a.
No, but in all seriousness,
I'm not sponsored by them, so I can't say anything. But
no, in all seriousness, third place today. Impressive stuff from you today. Sure what happened with you and the people behind you, but anyways, regardless of that,
yeah,
it was a good result for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about a third place finish. It's, pretty frustrating because Lexus did such a great job at defending for the win, and I'd like to congratulate him. I know I was getting pretty frustrated, not directly at him in the VC, but just kind of, I'm like, damn, I feel like I had the speed to go get him. I mean, I'll not to toot my own horn here, but I mean, I felt like I was kind of leading the Swift and the Swift affiliate cars. I felt like I could cut through traffic the best. I felt like I could, the only obstacle in front of me was Lexus. Tried working with Victoria there towards the end. It just didn't pan out. But, I mean, after missing the race last week at Chicago Street Course, that was incredibly frustrating because I wanted to keep the consecutive start streak going. To finish third, in Michigan, that's cool. It was nice being on track with James again. Good to see he made the race and qualifying the pole. But, I'm just grateful for, the Swift crew, IoTech International, Jim Reapers, all these partners on this 77 machine. I mean, hopefully we can, we're locked in, so we're not sweating it too much, but we'd like to keep this momentum rolling. And let me just say, I'm a little grateful V. Colby didn't show up today. I don't know if I honestly don't know if I'll even be able to race next week because I don't know if I'll have a computer set up. Yeah, I know, it doesn't matter, but I'd like to, Atlanta's a fun track. I tested it. There was a joke born from there. Dylan will know what I'm talking about. And,
yeah, no, it is not appropriate for the stream. No. Sorry, guys. But I'm looking forward to getting back to Undisputed. Having a week off is kind of nice, especially after not making the race. I didn't really want anything to do with road racing for that week. So just, happy to be at the grind, back near the front. I think, to say that, we're about to get to the end of the regular season, and to be able to say I'm probably, I don't want to say one of the big three, but, consistent top five, that means a lot considering I'm probably, outside of James, and I'm probably one of the oldest drivers in the field, with career starts and age. So it means a lot.
And if you guys watched the stream last week at the Chicago Street Course, Mason Tyler did an amazing job with commentary with myself and I believe and the creator, if I'm not mistaken, Mason.
Yeah, no, that was a freaking blast. Made the best of a crappy situation of not making the race, and that's if I don't have any other option, that's not necessarily a bad option. I like doing it.
But I mentioned this in the top of the broadcast, but this IoTech International number 77 machine looks absolutely beautiful, even scratched out. Absolutely beautiful.
I use some of their products myself, and I was looking for a good color scheme, and this just kind of fit. But all the good crew at Superheat Designs, that the graphics division of Swift, Full Throttle, and all our partners, they can put together some pretty clean stuff when they want to, and that's why we tended to run well when we're running it, so we might keep on running it more.
But Gene and Melling, if you guys don't have any more questions for Mason Tyler from Mason Tyler's Undisputed, go ahead. We just want to thank you for your time again, Mason. And
absolutely.
Good luck with your future endeavors in the season. Next up, we're right here at his car. It's the number 1 NRRA 7. Erad, how's it going? How's it going?
It could be better.
Yeah, you did. We're at the top a few times today, but this unfortunate wrecks got you sent to the back.
Yeah, it's obviously not what this team wanted today with another last place. We felt really good in practice, but then everybody just got the rug swept underneath them, so we had to learn on the spot. And by the time I figured it out, I stayed out trying to get the lead and ended up being the wrong call. Couldn't make it on fuel. Wouldn't have even mattered then because of a flag spike that took me out, but led a few laps, looked promising, but ultimately ended how the last few weeks have gone. Just been disappointment after disappointment for this team. It's been a few tough weeks overall.
But hey,
not really sure.
On the bright side, according to the announcement, you did make the chase. How do you think you're gonna bounce back in the chase?
Yeah, I'm glad we were right on the cusp of locking in, so I think I just had to show up today to get it. Glad for the Torque Labs team. Was really happy about it. You think that would guarantee a ride next year, but I guess not yet. I think overall we just got to take the opportunities, try to work with it, and we got to get better. It's been since Charlotte. We really had a full-on great day. Even that still had issues, so a lot of bad finishes. I think the chase, it's going to have to really be a big turnaround for us. Get by Atlanta and really show what this Torque Labs team can do.
Yeah, but as we got further in the race, we did experience an exploiter, as Bill pointed out in the chat. But just walk us through your thoughts during that. Do you think that's part of the reason that messed you up?
I mean, I think I was already in a bad spot heading into the day, so the exploiter was just a. I don't know if that was. I don't remember if that was the last caution or not. It was interesting seeing Mirror fly through the air. It scared us for a second, and I thought it was another wall snag. But, the exploder showed up and brung out a caution. I don't remember if it's the one everyone pitted at or it's. No, I do, because Mirror also stayed out. It was me. Yeah, now I think I remember. Yeah. I guess that caution did mess it up a bit, me trying to get the lead with the new strat, but I mean that's the exploder's fault. Can't really think about it much. Try to do something different to escape the struggle, and it just kept getting worse.
All right. Thank you for your time, B-Rad. We appreciate it. So we find ourselves with the 11 of Mirror Gamer 15. Mirror, how's it going?
It's been okay.
Similar to B-Rad, you also clinched the chase. How does it make you feel knowing that you have a chance to possibly fight for the championship?
Well, I think we got a long way to go if we can catch the DT guys in terms of favorites for the championship. But yeah, I missed a couple races, but just to have this team behind me, Swift Motorsports, Superheat Designs, Celsius, Brita Filters, these guys just don't give up, and we have proved that time and time again this season. And I believe that is our 4th top 5 in a row, which is really good for us going into the chase.
Yep, absolutely amazing going into the chase. You are one of the, I have to say, one of the most aggressive drivers today. Just walk us through your processing with that.
Oh, if there's an inch, I'll take a mile, basically. But yeah, it hurts a bit to be aggressive, but it also benefits you because you get that little bit of unpredictability in your driving style, and it sets other drivers off and gets them off their game. And unfortunately, I had that instance with the 41 in the final laps. I felt like if I could get to my teammates, I felt like we had a shot against Lexus, but once the 41 passed us, it was just game over.
Yep, you and the 41 were scrapping at each other throughout the race. So just walk us through your process of trying to keep the 41 behind you.
Well, he did shot me a couple times on exit. He put me in the wall a couple times, and it's just like, dude, I don't know why you're racing me so hard when we're still trying to catch this 96. But we talked about it after the race. Both of us just got tempers flaring, but it's fine. Yeah, he told me that he needed to win the race, but I don't think you're going to win the race a second back with 2 to go.
All right, you've heard it here first from Mr. Mirror Gamer 15. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and I am very excited about the chase. Hope you guys keep an eye on me.
Of course. So unfortunately, that is our last interview. Stick around as we give the updated points. Going to those updated points, it's the number 21 of Skyronics, currently 6th. No wins, 11 laps led with an average finish of 9.1. He's at 2. Yep.
I want to be so sure. I am the statistician after all.
264 points. Just a 2-point lead from 7th. Mirror Gamer 15. Victoria Gearing, meanwhile, secures the final wild card spot and ensures she finds herself in the cutoff. 208 points. What's your thoughts on that? Melly?
If you got the right points, because from how I see it, Overpaid is in trouble. With his suspension, he's only 4 points above the cut line. Ray Wolf or even Victoria could outpoint him next Thursday, and he'll fall back on his wild card. Which, if that were to happen, that puts Lexus in danger, because even with the one raceman he just acquired, he has the least amount of points out of the race winners.
Continuing with Lexus, as you said, picking up his first win. He's only 1 point behind Silent Volcano for 13th. Most likely not going to be getting him into the chase, but an amazing comeback to try to claw his way to the chase. But other than that, we'll just... I'm about to end it right now. But other than that, that is going to be it for us here in C-Sport and C-Media. With Melon Cup 001 and Gene CHP, I'm always impartial. We'll see you next time. Lexus picks up his first career win.
This telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or re-uploaded in any form without giving explicit credit to C Media, the featured properties under its C Sports division, and the sanctioning bodies featured in this presentation.